What's going on, guys? Kenneth from the video. And today, guys, as much as you guys are hopefully hyped for the new Spider-Man game made by Insomniac, as I am, I wanted to take a look back at some of the older Spider-Man games, and that eventually made me run into The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Now, I have not played all of them, like Spider-Man 3 for PS3 and PS2. I've just played The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, Ultimate Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, and that's it. I think I played a bit of Web of Shadows, but that memory's a little rough, so I don't really like to count it. But I have played a fair share of good and bad Spider-Man games, and some in the mediocre area. So, out of all the games I've played for Spider-Man, this one kind of stands out the most, as I don't know how to feel about it. Like, I originally brought this because I just really wanted to fuel the hunger for the new Spider-Man game, but I have to say I'm greatly disappointed, and I just want to express my opinions on why I feel like this. So let's get to everybody's favorite subject on this game, the Hero Menace system. Now here's what I'm showing. I have a Menace level 2.5 system, and the cops hate me, and what am I doing? Standing next to cops, and they're just reacting like nothing. Like, a little bit of detail in this would be fantastic, it would be great. I just really want there to be a purpose to this besides telling the player to do side activities, which it just sucks. Like, you could really feel how like lazy this idea was developed. It was like, okay, what does Spider-Man do? Fights neighborhood crimes and sometimes a little bit extra. But it's kind of like, geez, give us a break. It's like, there's no point in it. There's probably a little stat upgrades like 5% damage whenever you get hero level 3. But the only time you do battles is when you're doing these petty side quests. Well, not even side quests, these petty crimes as they like to call it. Like, what I'm showing now, this gameplay of me fighting these people. That's the only time you'll ever get those stat boosts. You're trying to get your menace level down, or your menace level is super high and you have those people who are just trying to fight you because they hate you, like those soldiers. And I just don't see the point in it. Like, then there's really no purpose in the Hero Menace system if there's any stat boost or anything tied to it. Maybe if you're doing it for the story mode, but even then the story mode is super short, so I don't really get it. So that just, to me, the Hero Menace system makes no sense whatsoever. It doesn't help the game, it just only hurts it. I cannot think of a single positive it does. It's just really broken. Now let's move on to something else. Some other issues I had with this game. So this feature that I really want to talk about is the stealth. Now stealth in this game is a little wonky, to be honest. Like, you could tell that it was just a quickly rushed on feature, as there's not much variety to it, and it kind of makes no sense. Like you could look earlier on into the video, but I literally whip a guy towards me, slam into the ground, where you can see like rubble like kind of like popping out a bit, and then yell at him, and then no one detects me. Like, that's stealth rule number 2. And number 1 rule for stealth is to knock somebody out and nobody else to notice. Like, I don't know how or why not they didn't like do something like this or make the AI react in a better manner. But I just feel like it hurts the game more than it does help, because there's certain moments in the game where it's like, okay, you could do stealth a bit, but you can only take out X amount of enemies, and the last 5 you have to take them out like regular punching and stuff. I feel like, then what's the point in implementing stealth? Maybe it's for the Russian hideout missions or side missions or whatever, but those kind of are just for suits, which are just, you know they're cool at first, but after a while they're just cosmetic. They don't really do much of a difference, even though it shows stats, but it doesn't really do much of a difference. So I just feel like, just take stealth out in general and use that money that you use for those animations on other features to make the game better. That's just my opinion. Maybe you guys like the stealth, but that's personally how I feel about it. So yeah, that's just my personal opinion, and let me know what you guys think about stealth. And the third thing I want to talk about is gameplay. So what you guys are seeing here as footage is all you're going to see here in the game. Like, you're just going to be going around trying to do some weird cool stuff. Maybe try on a costume or two, do all the Russian hideouts. and boom, you basically did the game. Or and just see all the weird glitches and how lazy the game is. Like, you're gonna see how much love was put into this game, but also how much laziness was. Like you're gonna see the love with Stan Lee cameos. You're gonna see the love with all the villain characters that appear, all the references, and how they kind of set up Amazing Spider-Man 3 and the Sinister Six, and the there's other stuff I'm forgetting. I apologize. No, the comic books. Like wow, that's a lot of love put in the game. But you can also see all the laziness. The graphics are outdated for even a 360 game, if I'm being honest. And this is just ported over from 360 or PS3. I'm sorry, to One and PS4. You could see all the laziness there. Even for 360 graphics, it's not that good. And just the gameplay, how you all fight, the animations recycled, and it just feels like, you know, this. I don't know what to say, man. I just really wanted to love this game, and there's certain qualities of it that I do appreciate, and I feel like came in fresh and unique, like the way they implemented comics. But I just feel like there's a lot more that could have been added. You know, actually making stuff important in free roam or outside the story. Like after you beat the story, you beat the whole game, unless you count Russian hideouts. So that's it for me, guys. That's all I have to say. You guys might want me to say, oh, how it copied the Arkham combat system, which I don't necessarily agree with. Because, I mean, you guys could say that, but you guys could also say that Arkham copied Spider-Man 2. Because Spider-Man 2, like, when it came out, like, 2005, 4, I don't remember the date, really, to be honest. But it had a similar-ish combat system. Obviously, Arkham Knight had or Arkham games in general just had a better combat system because it's more advanced and more technology at the time. But you guys could really say that they copied each other, I guess you could say, really. But yeah, that's what it's gonna be for me. So let me know your thoughts, opinions, questions you have for me in the comment section below. And as always, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. You know what? I actually take back everything I just said about this game, saying that it has some decent qualities. Look at this. You can't just crawl through that, really? You really just can't crawl through that. Wow. Wow. Move! Why isn't this guy moving? So I'm just gonna throw it now. Jesus, Thanos did nothing wrong. Never mind.